This is News 3 Now at 10.
On this vote, the yeas are 96, the nays are 1. The 60-vote threshold having been achieved, the bill is passed.
The U.S. government is stepping up its fight against the coronavirus. Today, the Senate approved an $8.3 billion response package. It now goes to the White House for President Trump's signature, which is expected. The spending package is more than 3 times what the president originally requested to address the virus.
In Wisconsin, 14 people are now being tested for the virus, but still only the 1 confirmed case. That person has since recovered. In the state of Washington, health officials confirmed the U.S. coronavirus death toll has now risen to 12. They say the latest victim was a woman in her 90s. Although doctors say the overall risk is still low, there are certain groups who can be hit harder.
Gabriella Becerra joins us with how those groups are preparing.
Well, those who are elderly or living with underlying conditions fall into the category of being more at risk of contracting the coronavirus. Assisted living communities in the Madison area are preparing for the worst while trying to educate their staff and residents.
We have the Sani cloth wipes that we use to do the handrails, the doorknobs, the walkers, the wheelchairs, the tabletops.
Coventry Village is stocked up on supplies to prevent disease and focused on education.
We want to keep them informed and make sure they understand how it spread, how we watch for signs and symptoms, and how to answer the questions that families may bring up to them.
Assisted living communities, including Coventry Village, Attic Angel Community, and Brookdale Senior Living, all say they're following CDC and World Health Organization guidelines and are preparing for the possible scenarios where coronavirus spreads to Wisconsin.
Making sure we had everything in place to do a lockdown if we needed to.
Chief Quality Officer at UW Health, Jeffrey Pothoff, clarifies who is most vulnerable to coronavirus.
We know that as you get older, your risk of having coronavirus or having more severe coronavirus increases.
Mortality rate can be broken down between age groups. 50 to 60 years old is 1 to 3%. 60 to 70 years old is 3.6%. And 70 to 80 years old is 8%. Over the age of 80, the mortality rate is 15%.
The difficulty with mortality rate numbers is usually when an epidemic starts, mortality rates are actually projected as higher than what they really are. And the reason for that is it's a lot easier to identify sick people than it is to identify folks who are infected but are not sick.
Pothoff says studies from China show that those who have underlying diseases are also more at risk. There wasn't enough data to show statistics for pregnant women. And as for those of you who are healthy, Pothoff says risk is still low in Madison.
I don't think anyone needs to panic, and we're taking all the necessary steps to prepare for any scenario, whether it's a small number of patients, a medium number of patients, or a full-blown pandemic.
UW Health has received approximately 100 calls since a hotline to answer questions about the coronavirus began yesterday. Pothoff says a healthcare professional is answering those questions factually and based on available information. That hotline number is 608-720-5300.
Good to stay on top of this. Gabriella Becerra reporting tonight. Gabby, thank you. Vice President Mike Pence, who is leading the coronavirus response in the U.S., is making visits to Minnesota and Washington State. In Minneapolis, he toured the 3M headquarters. The company is under contract with the government to increase productions of masks in light of the coronavirus outbreak.
Scrambling to keep the coronavirus at bay, officials ordered a cruise ship with 3,500 people on board to stay back from the California coast until passengers and crew can be tested. It comes after a traveler from its previous voyage died of the disease and at least 2 others became infected. A Coast Guard helicopter lowered test kits onto the Grand Princess as the vessel lay at anchor off Northern California. Authorities say the results would be available sometime tomorrow. Also today, Pick and Save says it'll be limiting the number of cold and flu-related items sold in each order. The company says it'll now only sell up to 5 items per person due to high demand. It's an effort to keep products like hand sanitizer in stock.
Turning over to weather now, there were a few flurries outside tonight, but they are certainly not going to stick around long. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has our first warn forecast.
Charlotte, the back edge of the snow is now approaching the Dells, and I think within the next couple of hours, most of the snow should be over with. As we take a look at Doppler track, you can see the snow moving off toward the east now, and across southern Wisconsin, most of the heavier snow showers are east of Madison on high-resolution Doppler radar. Otherwise, temperatures right now approaching the freezing mark, but still above freezing here in Madison. To the north and west, where temperatures have dropped below freezing, the snow is pretty well ended there, so we're not expecting anything to stick to the ground. But winds are starting to pick up. Notice a 44-mile-per-hour wind gust best this hour in La Crosse. Some strong winds, 35 to 45 miles per hour possible. Wind advisories have been expanded over all of southern Wisconsin, including the Madison area until 4 a.m. and east of Madison until 6 a.m. Temperatures will drop off into the middle 20s by tomorrow morning, then start climbing. Tomorrow will be a sunny day. The winds will die down, but it will be a little colder with a high of 38. The weekend warm-up is still on track. I'll have more details in weather in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. A handful of Dane County Board supervisors are introducing a resolution to oppose the F-35 jets from coming to Madison. It was introduced at tonight's meeting by several members representing the north and east sides of Madison. It comes after the U.S. Air Force released its final environmental impact statement last month, which confirmed Madison as a preferred site for those jets.
I'm very concerned by this threat to our community by placing loud fighter jets in a dense urban area. It's not appropriate.
The resolution is still circulating for additional co-sponsors, so no votes were cast on it tonight.
A pilot was injured in a crash landing at the Rhinelander-Oneida Airport this morning. The FAA says the single-engine plane flipped over when attempting to land. The plane landed upside down and came to a rest between a taxiway and a runway. According to airport officials, the aircraft was delivering FedEx packages. The name and condition of the pilot has not been released. Russia's interference in our elections is continuing in 2020.
That's evidence in a report published today by a professor at UW-Madison showing Kremlin-linked groups are in our Facebook feeds right now. Professor Youngmi Kim says she had found anecdotal evidence that Russian-linked groups placing ads seeking to divide Americans on issues we already have trouble agreeing on. She said the solution to fix it doesn't just rest with voters.
Public education and media literacy is very important. However, that alone is not going to solve this problem. So there must be some multi-level solutions.
As we get closer to the election, Professor Kim anticipates the efforts will shift to try to suppress voters and keep them home on Election Day.
Facebook says it will begin removing some Trump re-election campaign ads to prevent confusion about the upcoming U.S. Census. The company had come under fire for letting the Trump campaign run ads this week asking people to respond now to an official congressional district census. In addition to age, name, and contact information, the survey includes questions about views on President Trump, Nancy Pelosi, and the, quote, radical left agenda. Senator Elizabeth Warren has ended her presidential campaign. She is dropping out despite earlier assertions that she would stay in the race until the Democratic National Convention. This comes after Warren had a very poor showing on Super Tuesday. Warren said Thursday that she needs some time to think about endorsing another candidate for president. Mike Bloomberg is out of the race, but he's not done trying to beat President Donald Trump. He is now funding an anti-Trump operation in 6 battleground states, including Wisconsin. It's unclear how his organization will operate if Joe Biden is not the nominee, as aides to Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders say they would not want Bloomberg's help.
The U.S. Border Patrol says arrests have increased for the first time since the height of the crisis last year. The agency apprehended more than 30,000 migrants illegally crossing into the U.S. from Mexico in February. That's up from January's numbers, and that uptick comes days after a federal appeals blocked a policy to have migrants wait in Mexico for their U.S. court dates. Harvey Weinstein is being moved from Bellevue Hospital in Manhattan to the infirmary unit at Rikers Island. He's been at the hospital since his conviction February 24th. His publicist says the 67-year-old had a heart procedure yesterday during which doctors inserted a stent. He is still waiting for his sentencing, which is expected March 11th. Weinstein is also still facing charges in California.
Today is the Wisconsin National Guard's 183rd birthday. It actually predates Wisconsin's statehood by 11 years. Dating back to the days of a territorial militia, the Wisconsin National Guard officially began when Territorial Governor Henry Dodge commissioned Morgan Martin of Green Bay as a captain and the commander of the Green Bay Rangers Volunteer Company of Mounted Riflemen. The Guard's new commander has also taken the oath of office today. Governor Evers appointed Brigadier General Paul Knapp to lead the Guard last month. Today he was officially promoted to Major General. He replaces Major General Donald Dunbar, who resigned in December.
New tonight, a Madison Golf Course Task Force is looking for your input about what to do with the 4 city-owned courses. Tonight, it hosted one of its 8 community meetings. The courses have struggled recently, losing considerable amounts of money over the past few years. They're weighing 4 options, including closing some of them and downsizing the number of holes. The next public meetings will be on March 18th, April 15th, and 29th, all at the Goodman Maintenance Facility. There is also an online survey that can be taken through the end of March. The task force has until May 1st to come up with a recommendation to present to the Common Council.
The original inspiration for Rosie the Riveter has passed away. Rosalinda Walter died yesterday. The song and iconic photo went on to define a generation of women during World War II who entered the workforce to help keep the war effort afloat as men fought on the front lines. Rosalinda Walters was 95 years old. Still ahead tonight, another weekend warm-up with a chance to top 60 degrees on Sunday. Gary will have his updated forecast.
But first, will a Wisconsin product bring home the top prize at this year's World Championship Cheese Contest? The results up next.
Celebrate Ashley Home Store's 75th anniversary with the ultimate sale. Save up to 55% on dozens of furniture doorbusters throughout the store. Then get the ultimate party favor. Take a bonus 10% off our sale prices and 3 years no interest. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
It's the SUV for all you love. The 2020 Subaru Forester at Don Miller. Get the Forester Advantage with Subaru EyeSight Driver Assist technology and blind spot detection with rear cross traffic alert. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, lease the Forester Premium $269 per month plus tax. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, $1969 due at signing. No security deposit. The Forester all-wheel drive plus MPG. Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller. At Papa Murphy's, we're making flavor magic for just $9. Introducing the new Combo Magnifico, a magical combination of giant pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, and onions, all for just $9. Bake it yourself, then make it disappear. We make it, you bake it, Papa Murphy's.
I want a client who comes in to feel comfortable and to know that their case is in good hands so they can relax and get on with their life as best as they can and let me do the fighting for them. That's how I want them to feel.
Gingras, Thompson, and Walks.
Like you, my hands are everything to me. But I was diagnosed with Dupuytren's contracture, and it got to the point where things I took for granted got tougher to do. Thought surgery was my only option. Turns out, I was wrong. So when a hand specialist told me about non-surgical treatments, it was a total game changer. Like you, my hands have a lot more to do. Learn more at factsonhand.com today.
When their cry is a different kind of cry.
When you know they're sick, but are afraid to know how sick they really are.
That's when you want answers. When you need answers.
Because when it's your child,
your baby,
it's different.
This is where you'll find doctors unlike any other doctors, where we treat the untreatable and conquer the seemingly unconquerable. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Celebrate Ashley Home Store's 75th anniversary with the ultimate mattress sale. Shop doorbusters, including our best deal ever on Beautyrest mattresses, plus no interest financing for up to 75 months, and a free adjustable base upgrade with select purchases. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Coming up Friday morning, we're looking ahead to a warm weekend before we spring ahead.
And about a month from Wisconsin's presidential primary, we'll tell you how UW students are trying to get their classmates excited and engaged in the process, starting at 4:30.
Welcome back. The wait is finally over for another White Claw flavor. Fans have waited 16 months. Starting today, they can purchase 3 new spiked seltzers, lemon, watermelon, and tangerine. White Claw chose the flavors based on more than 70,000 social media requests. White Claw controls about 60% of the hard seltzer beverage category in the United States, but competition is tightening. IKEA has recalled more than 800,000 dressers due to a tip-over hazard. Today, the company says it's received 6 reports of tip-overs involving the 3-drawer Cullen chests, resulting in 2 minor injuries. You can return it for a refund or order a free wall anchoring kit. In 2016, the furniture retail giant recalled more than 17 million dressers for the same reason.
Toyota is expanding a recall of its vehicles by more than 1 million due to fuel pump issues that can cause your car to stall. In January, Toyota recalled about 700,000 vehicles. The company said the total now stands at 1.8 million. The vehicles include some popular late-year models like the Highlander, Tacoma, Camry, and Corolla. Many versions of Toyota's high-end Lexus brand have also been recalled. Tonight is the night for the World Cheese Championship at Monona Terrace, crowning a winner. Out of the more than 3,600 entries, the winning cheese was a Gruyere out of Switzerland this year. Another Swiss cheesemaker was runner-up. A Gouda cheese from the Netherlands was second runner-up. Of the 20 finalists, 3 were made in Wisconsin from Monroe, Seymour, and Thorpe.
To think that 3 Wisconsin cheesemakers are in the top 20 in the world. We have world-class cheesemakers that came all over the world here today. And to see those other beautiful cheeses and that we are up there is a feeling. I've got goosebumps right now.
The World Championship Cheese Contest, initiated in 1957, is the largest technical cheese, butter, yogurt, and dry dairy ingredient competition in the world.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joining us now with a look at your forecast that includes quite the warm-up coming our way this weekend.
Yeah, the snow showers and rain showers that we've had this evening are pretty much going away as we look at high-resolution Doppler. Most of those now are east of Madison. The back edge has already cleared the Dells and is probably clearing Madison within the next few minutes. And then after that, everything heads off to the east and to the north and west. Skies are actually clearing. So you can see how that snow has moved out of northern Wisconsin and is now moving through the southern part of the state. But there are some strong wind gusts in the wake of the snow. You can see some wind gusts in the 35 to 45 mile per hour range. La Crosse this hour with wind gusts to 44 miles per hour. So the National Weather Service does have wind advisories over most of southern Wisconsin, eastern Iowa, and northern Illinois overnight into the early morning hours. They run until 6 a.m. in Milwaukee and 9 a.m. in Chicago. But 3 things you need to know about the forecast. The showers will end. We still could see some wind gusts and spots up to about 45 miles per hour tonight. Then we'll see sunny skies return for tomorrow. It will be a little colder, and then the weekend warm up with highs in the 50s and 60s is on the way. Current temperatures, you can tell where the skies are clearing. They're in the 20s up in northern Wisconsin, whereas here in the southern part of the state with cloud cover and the light snow showers and rain showers, temperatures are in the lower to middle 30s. On Weather Track, skies are clearing as a strong jet stream moves in from the northwest, but it's going to be a short-lived cold spell because to the west, the jet stream is pushing to the north, and that means that we have milder Pacific air developing over the western part of the country. That will shift eastward in time. So this low-pressure system that has the strong winds around it will move off to the north and east, and as it does so, we'll look for conditions to improve. The winds will die down by early tomorrow morning. On Future Track, the northerly winds will continue into tomorrow, so that'll keep high temperatures in the upper 30s, even though we'll have mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow night with clear skies, temperatures could drop to around 20, which is actually about the average low temperature for this time of year. But notice to the west, those winds becoming southerly. Those start to kick in for Saturday. That brings temperatures up into the lower 50s, and to the south, there's very little snow cover across northern Illinois or eastern Iowa, so you get the wind blowing off of that bare ground, and that'll warm things up in a hurry. And that will continue into Saturday night and Sunday. The clouds staying up to the north through most of the day on Sunday, so temperatures should reach the lower 60s. There'll be a chance for some rain showers developing sometime on Sunday night into Monday. Otherwise, looking farther out into the future, the 10-day temperature outlook after the high of 38 tomorrow, which is exactly where our temperature should be, will be above normal every single day, and we'll continue Operation Snow Melt. I think much of the snow may be gone by the end of next week with those temperatures very mild. The 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, a 70% chance of above normal temperatures through the middle of March. With above normal precipitation, most of that will be in the form of rain. So our forecast includes that wind advisory until 4 a.m. for Dane County, 6 a.m. areas east of Dane County, till midnight areas west of Lone Rock. For tomorrow, sunny skies, less wind, but a little colder, high temperature at 38. In the 7 to 10-day forecast, those temperatures jumping up to a high of 52 or 53 Saturday and 61 on Sunday. Monday, not quite as mild, a high of 52 with some rain showers, but temperatures will be back in the 50s by the end of next week. And even those 40s are going to be above normal for the middle of next week.
Wow, we'll take this.
We'll get rid of a lot of the snow, I think.
Yeah. Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary. Busy night of regional girls high school basketball. Adam Duxter in next with the highlights from all around the area. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Main Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big, big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Main, your local store for more since 1938.
Tax time blowout at American Freight. Low price match guarantee. We will not be undersold. Over 30 dinette sets from $98. 2 mattress sets any size from $298. 7-piece living room packages from $398. 8-piece queen size bedroom suits that include the mattress set from only $398. Take it home today for $50. No payments for 60 days. Free layaway till tax time. Same day delivery ends March 31st at the corner of North Stoughton and Kinsman Boulevard.
It's Ford Truck Month, and if this is your kind of day, and this is your kind of truck, then this is your month. Ford Truck Month. Now, get great deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 43 years.
Like a Ford F-150 with 0 for 72 months, or you can lease one for just $239 a month.
So I just got the PF Black Card for no enrollment fee.
Really?
Yeah, I get all the perks.
Like what?
Like a free guest.
Hey, Carl.
And I can work out at any Planet Fitness anywhere. Like while I was just on vacation.
Aloha.
Wow.
And massage chairs. I'm in.
Yeah, she is.
Get it all with the PF Black Card. 0 down, $22.99 a month. Deal ends March 16th.
5 Madison area locations. Offer expires March 16th. Stop in and see us today.
The Our Home is the training ground for her dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect. It's looking more and more likely that Brewers superstar Christian Yelich will be in Milwaukee for up to the next 9 years. As reports today say, both sides have agreed to a contract. Contract details that Yelich would earn $26 million a year for the 2022 through the 2028 seasons, with a buyout option in 2029. It's reported the deal is done, and the Brewers will hold a press conference tomorrow afternoon. It's regional basketball season, and we had a bevy of girls matchups in our viewing area, and there was not a bad game in the mix. The top team in Division I, Middleton, taking on Janesville Craig. We start this one off in the second half as Middleton's Satori Tannen with a nice drop step for 2. Cardinals with the 4-point lead. Later on, Janesville Craig's Cassie Coswick with the 3-ball that would put the Cougars up by 1. But Tannen just too good down the stretch. A nice move in the post in the basket here. Middleton wins this one 62-55. In Division II, a packed house for DeForest in Oregon, and this would be a very physical basketball game. Off the miss, look at the effort by both teams, bodies everywhere. It's the postseason, but there would be plenty of points. DeForest Jalen D-line for 2, and then on the other end, it's Oregon with Liz Uhl for 3, and her classmates, well, they like that. Last play before the half, DeForest down 6, and they'd get a little help on a buzzer beater 3 by Maggie Troush, the senior. Got it with the bank, but Oregon would go on to win this one 57-46. In Division 5, defending state champs Blackhawk taking on Fall River. In the first half, Blackhawks' Bailey Butler finds Natalie Litzinger with the basket, and she gets that to go. Lady Warriors with the early lead. Later on, Fall River pushing the pace. Lexi Rosinski with the basket and gets the foul. Lady Pirates down by just 1. Then Blackhawks' Bailey Butler pulls up for 3. Blackhawk stays undefeated on the season, winning 62-45. Wanakee versus Madison Memorial in Sun Prairie. This one close to start the second half. Wanakee's Elena Meyer gets a tough shot, good and 1. Free throw ties it at 38. On the other end of the floor, Lilani Kapanis finds Micah Ward, who nails the open 3. Later on, Memorial again, good passing. Kapanis with the score. Back and forth this one would go. Here, Wanakee's Lauren Mute looks helpless, but has eyes in the back of her head because she finds Brooke Ale, but it would not be enough. Madison Memorial wins 70-58. Platteville taking on Prairie du Chien at Lodi High School. Early in the first half, Hillman with good ball movement, leading to a Josie Nice 3-pointer. But the Blackhawks, they're not backing down as Abby Fye sees her lane, and she takes it all the way to the rack. This one very close early. Again, back and forth these teams would go across this one, but Becca Hoyer with the 2 with the Blackhawks. Sorry, Blackhawks now. Sophomore Lily Cran somehow gets this one to go in traffic, and then later on it would be Cran again for 3. She takes it from the top of the key and makes it, but it would not be enough as Platteville wins a close one, 49-44. Now, with all the talk about tournaments, it's only fitting we end with the best thing you'll see tonight in the end of a tournament we've all been watching very closely. And of course, again, we're talking about the Super Bowl Championship, or the online poll to determine who on the Wisconsin Badgers wrestling team has the best cauliflower ear, which is a condition wrestlers will eventually get over time. Well, voters didn't know who the ears belonged to as they were voting, and the winner ended up being Coach Chris Bono. And I guess it's true what they say, you have to learn from the best. That's it for sports. We'll be back with weather.
It's the big Hy-Vee snack sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Chex Mix, Jolly Time Popcorn, Hy-Vee Chips, Totino's Pizza and Pizza Rolls are just $1. Plus save on other great snacks. Stock up during the big snack sale only at Hy-Vee.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Truck Month is the right time to get behind the wheel of the Chevy Silverado. Now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $500 cash allowance on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Minwax makes it so easy to make wood beautiful. Once you get started, you won't want to stop. Keep on finishing with Minwax, America's #1 selling interior stain.
Switch to US Cellular now and get 50% off select smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy S10e or the Google Pixel 4. Decisions. Amazing phone or amazing phone? Or one of these amazing phones. 50% off. An offer this good is a no-brainer, but choosing, ooh, so hard. Sorry about offering you so many amazing phones at 50% off. Our bad, but good for you. Now that's fair. US Cellular. Choose fair.
Celebrate Ashley Home Store's 75th anniversary with the ultimate sale. We're throwing the ultimate party so you can save up to 55% off dozens of doorbusters throughout the store, including living rooms, bedrooms, and more. Then get the ultimate party favor. Take an additional 10% off our sale prices, plus 3 years financing with no interest charges. Plus, save big on sleep with the very best mattress deals on the best brands. Ultimate deals, ultimate selection, ultimate style. Only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Not just better, it's the best Outback ever. The new 2020 Subaru Outbacks are at Don Miller. You'll get the Outback Advantage with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and EyeSight driver assist technology. Now with the Subaru A Lot to Love event, lease the Outback Premium, $249 per month, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1949 due at signing, or choose 0.9% financing. The Outback at Don Miller Subaru, west on Odana or east side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
Mornings look a little different in every household, but weekday or weekend mornings, most of us just want to know what happened overnight and what's up in the day ahead. So turn on News 3 Now this morning, 7 days a week, for everything you need to plan your day.
Don't miss the big Hy-Vee snack sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cheez-Its, assorted crackers, Boom Chicka Pop, and Little Bites muffins are just $2. Plus save on other great snacks. Stock up during the big snack sale only at Hy-Vee.
Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
Breezes is going to be an issue here, right?
Yeah, we're seeing some wind gusts like in the La Crosse area to about 45 miles an hour. The snow is winding down pretty quickly. Temperatures are right around freezing, a little bit below freezing to our north and west, but the snow has already ended there. But it's the winds that are picking up, at least for a couple-hour time period. So here in Madison, winds gusting to 32 miles an hour, but La Crosse at 44, Viroqua at 40. Wind advisories in effect until midnight for our far western counties, till 4 a.m. Madison and areas to the west and south and north. And then east of Madison, the wind advisory runs until 6 a.m. Temperatures will drop off into the mid-20s by tomorrow morning. Look for a high tomorrow of about 38 with sunny skies. Then that big weekend warm-up kicks in with highs 50s and 60s.
Yay, weekend.
Thanks for joining us.
Do something good. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heineman.
Like many of you, our editorial board and yes, our company are keeping a close eye on health reports regarding the coronavirus. We're paying special attention to the responses and recommendations of healthcare professionals, and their advice continues to be plan, but don't panic. We believe that is the most responsible editorial message as well. There's a growing list of institutions, businesses, and government offices updating their internal and external communications and strategies in the event of evidence of the disease spreading here. Experts say so far that risk remains low, but we appreciate the Madison and Dane County Health Departments, Madison School District, and especially state and UW scientists and researchers keeping the public informed about what is known and how we should respond. We'll do our best to share accurate and helpful information. We all need to have plans just in case. We don't need to panic.